And he is here today, and you'll hear his voice later, I'm sure. And I want to say this. Soon after I opened this store across the street, and it was a small store, I had the honor of a personal visit from Mr. Sebastian Kresge, whose home at that time was in Detroit, but he had a heartstrings pulling him here to Monroe County always. And he came in to see me and sat down, and we had a nice first meeting. And we've been friends ever since. And it's my pleasure at this time to ask him to say a few words through the microphone to you. Mr. Kresge.
John, that was a nice speech off of the cuff. Now, I don't know what business I have here. It may look presumptuous to come to my old county seat, rather, and help open up one of the most wonderful stores in the country. I know of no other town of this size, although it's growing up considerable, that has a store equal to this. And I know that you're all going to help make it a big success. It was also nice of John, of you to ask me to come down and show you or help open this store. It shows that you have confidence in me. At 19 years of age, I taught school in the west end of this county. A 5-month winter term at $22 a month. Now get that, $22 a month. Not a day, not an hour, not a week. And I venture to say that Mr. Newberry at this store will take in as much as that today. I labored a whole month to earn $22, and I walked 2 miles every morning and evening. I really take pride in being here. I've always liked Mr. Newberry. We see each other, we write each other, and he's one of the finest Christian gentlemen that I know of. And his friend Ernest Wyckoff, that has the real department store here, is one of the same kind. I love him. And we write to each other, we see each other, we eat together once in a while, and so we get along. Now, this store is one of great, outstanding ability. Now, I say ability. Look at it. I hadn't been in until just after 8 o'clock. I walked around to get an idea so I could say something about it. I heard a lot. You know, we're building a YMCA out here. Ernest and John are helping with a lot of others. And we're going to have 2 outstanding buildings in this city. The YMCA and the Newberry store, in addition to the Wyckoff department store. Now, I mustn't neglect to mention my friend Woolworth. I've known the Woolworth Group long and favorably. They started in 1879. I really had my first own store in Detroit in 1899. We've all gotten along together, and they're going to help each other. I might say, a couple years ago, I was at an opening in West Palm Beach of the Kresge Company, where they opened a nice store. It can't compare with this, John. So you see, I have worked myself somehow or another into the good graces of my competitors. I know them pretty well all. And they're doing a nice job, but this store is going to do the finest job among towns of this size, and even greater than this. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kresge. Now the gentleman who will have the responsibility of managing this beautiful new modern Newberry store possesses a wealth of experience in the merchandising business. He started as a stockman 20 years ago in the Newberry store at Hagerstown, Maryland. During those years, he served in many capacities in various Newberry stores across the nation. He was assigned a managerial position with the company in Monroe, North Carolina in 1935, so he should feel right at home here in Monroe County, and later advanced as a superintendent in Winchester, Virginia, from which position he now comes to Stroudsburg. A native of Robinson, Illinois, here is the manager of the new J.J. Newberry store, number 1, Mr. Don W. Hayes.
Thank you. Friends, this is truly a most beautiful store, the Newberry Company, that I've witnessed in my 20 years with them. And I'm mighty proud that I've been chosen by Mr. Newberry and his associates. I think that they have the confidence in me that I can manage this store. My family and I have moved here, and we certainly think this is the most wonderful spot we've hit. I think I have the same feeling that Mr. Newberry had when he came into town. We will strive to be good, helpful citizens, and I will pledge myself to maintain standards of merchandising and service of which you and your friends can always be proud. Now, before turning over the ribbon scissors, I want to thank all the people, both in Stroudsburg and to the Newberry family, who have made this store possible. It's been wonderful, the cooperation we've had, and I just can't say enough. This ribbon is being held by 5 ladies who served as sales ladies in the original J.J. Newberry store at the time that Mr. Newberry was running it. They are Mrs. William E. Robinson of Stroudsburg, Mrs. Herbert Bonzer of Stroudsburg, Mrs. Gladys Mitchell of Toms River, New Jersey, Mrs. Walter Brown of East Stroudsburg, and Mrs. Nathan Kirschpaw of Stroudsburg, and Mrs. Alice Van Wy of East Stroudsburg. Mayor Hal Harris, will you please open the store? Here are the scissors. Chef, one remark first.
Mr. Hayes is now handing the scissors to Mr. Harris, and here's Mr. Harris' phone.
Ladies and gentlemen, we want to welcome J.J. Newberry store with open arms. The finest store in the finest town in America. And I want to use an old phrase that you've heard before. John, a few of your friends planned it that way and fought it through. Thank you.
Chief Burgess Harris is now walking over to the ribbon, which is being held by the ladies, Mr. Hayes announced. It's a white ribbon, and the scissors that Mr. Harris is holding are gold-plated scissors, very special scissors for the occasion. Now, they're all facing the ribbon. The ribbon is held just in front of the doors. Lining up with Mr. Harris are Mr. J.J. Newberry and Mr. Kresge, and also some of the other gentlemen, some of the other officers of the J.J. Newberry chain. There are a great many photographers here making a photographic record of the occasion, and in just a few short minutes, the ribbon will be cut, and the door will be opened officially. The store will be opened officially for business. We're just getting all set for a final picture now before he cuts the ribbon. Mr. Harris is now approaching the ribbon now. Holding the ribbon in his left hand, scissors in the right hand. There he goes now. He's cutting the ribbon. And the new J.J. Newberry store is officially open for business.